Crash Bandicoot. We've got heaps of goodies in here. Worms, World Party, who remembers this? We've got Beyblade, we've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, so there's some pretty fun stuff in there. That's just going off the top of my head. There's 67 of them, I think I said. If anyone's interested in these, they would be $3 each. Alright team, deal is done. Got a whole bunch of shoes, which I'm super grateful for. Folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. This week is another week of me documenting what that journey looks like, how I go about building this business, the decisions I'm making, the challenges that I obviously have to confront and have to deal with, but also some of the amazing wins and some of the amazing rewards that I also get to deal with and enjoy at the same time. Now, this week, it's been one of those challenging weeks. It's definitely been a mental week. Now, over the last weeks, we have seen some of our best weeks that I've ever done, and this week has become one of our worst weeks that I've seen in the entirety of 2024. So there's definitely been some mental struggles this one. And it's something that I have spoken about. It's something that I will continue to talk about. And this week I want to share that journey with you. Now, even though the top line vanity numbers may seem down, even though the sales are down, even though that the revenue is down, at the end of the day, profit is still doing okay at this point. We're still managing to pay all the staff, we're paying all the rent, and we're covering all those expenses, which is obviously my number one priority. But at the same time, this is just 1 week in a blimp of over multiple weeks that I've been doing over the last almost 4 years. So this week, really, it's been a different kind of week for me personally. However, if we get into the actual details of what we've actually been able to achieve this week, we've picked up another consignment deal. I've actually sold off a wholesale deal. Just a situation and conversation that occurred, and it just so happened that it was perfect timing for both of us. So that's been a deal that I've worked on as well. Otherwise, the week's really just been a bit of a roller coaster. Now, as we progress through this week, there's a whole bunch of things that we'll go through. But of course, if you've got questions along the way, by all means, please chuck them down below. More than happy to continue the conversation. And if you do stick around to the end, I've got a whole bunch of lessons that I've been, I guess that I've taken away from this week. And also we'll dive into the financials of how the week has progressed, but also how we're actually tracking for the month of September as well. Appreciate you being here. Let's get into it. Folks, and welcome to Monday. It's a new week. It's been a pretty quiet weekend. Like, I'm not going to lie, we didn't even hit our average for the week. So my goal for FY25 is each week to do a minimum of $4,800. I think we did 4,766. So we didn't quite make it, which is a bit frustrating, but over the last few weeks, we have been doing in the 6 mark. So it does even out. But it always does make me a little frustrated because we're putting in so much effort and sometimes you don't get the results you expect. But we charge on. So it's a new week. We start again from zero. This week, it's going to be a little interesting. So, and I don't mean that in like crazy business, but it's because I'm at a new point in the business. If you watched last week's video, we did all that prep work, all that work in advance to make sure that I've got all the clothing ready so that we can start to really double down now. Now I need to start to put that into action. So I do have a washing drop off this morning. It's 8 o'clock. I'm heading in early now just to get ahead. I do have a little bit of clothing of the shorts to sort and finish up this week. We do have a deal that I picked up Thursday evening that we didn't go through on Friday because we went away. I'll be going through that today, but really the focus will be pick, pack and post today. We've got 38 orders, which is pretty quiet compared to the last few weeks for the weekend in terms of sales per day. But I'm still grateful. So really, after I've done today, I do actually all have a call with my accountant, Ethan. If you are looking for an accountant, Ethan Rushock is the man. He's been really great for me, and I think I can recommend him for anyone that's looking to get their tax return done, especially if you're doing reselling. Go check it out. Link in the description. But my other plan for this week is then to start to figure out, okay, now that we've done all this prep work, how do we take things to the next level? So at some stage, went over a pothole, jeepers. At some stage this week, I need to kind of just draft out a whole number of dot points of the things that need to happen in order for us to start to level up. So I might even do that today, but really now that we've processed all the clothing, it's like, how do we start to get it through the workflow in terms of getting it up photoed to be listed as soon as possible. That's really my biggest challenge to conquer, or to overcome, or to find a solution for. I mean, my photographer who's in today, they're doing like 70 to 80 items on average when they work through the day, which is absolutely solid, and there's no problems with that. But how do I ensure that I can do that at the same time, and how can I get in a position where we can start to elevate that a little bit more? And it's not about that I want them doing more and more and more. I want to be able to send more live, because at the moment we have more stock than ever, and because we're only being able to process the cap that we've done in the past, I don't know, 90 to 100 days, well, that's not going to, that's not going to work. I need the space. I need to keep things moving and ticking over. So just solving that problem, new challenge to solve for. That's fine. We've got to do a little bit of consolidation in the non-clothing area, in those categories as well. Later this week, I do have a consignment pickup, and I think that's pretty much it. So lots happening. Come along for the ride. You can jump down with the timestamps below as well. Let's get in. Let's make it happen. All right, team, first order of business. Let's get everything open. All right, we're all set up. We're gonna have all the washing come back, and we'll be flat laying all the shirts in here. Still got a little bit of goodies over there. Still got plenty of jackets and other sweaters. But the next order of business is to get this all ready, all the washing to go out. And yeah, let me put you down somewhere. Alright, that's done. Next order of business will be posted shortly, but this is a whole bunch of stuff that we got. When we get this, we got this Thursday. This, and this. That's all got to come out, and I'll be processing that today as well. Give me a second. Alright, this is everything that we've got. I'm actually going to sort this right now. I think that's everything. Yep. I'm going to sort this right now, because if I can get this done in time, I can actually put some of this into that washing, and it'll come back Thursday. So let's sort this. We're going to put it into different categories and take stock take of what's to keep, what's to go back. Let's do it. You ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go. So this is everything here that I've decided to keep. That's all the stuff that I'm not keeping. There is a total of 22 items in here. We've got some jumpers and sweaters. We've got some leather jackets. We've got some pants, and there's some dresses and tops in there. And then there's just pants and shorts. And then there is a two-piece here as well. So, and the good old little All-Star, these are Converses, yeah. So we'll keep those. Not too bad. And 8:53, and washing will be here in about 25 minutes. So I'm going to get some of this into there, and then get picking and packing and posting. All right, team, time to pick, pack, and post. We're on 72,993. We have dropped down again. It was a very quiet weekend, as I said, and we've got 38 orders to go out. So I'm going to pull all them out now while I'm waiting for the washing, and then we'll continue on. All right, folks, we've got a whole bunch of stuff going out. We've got some books, we've got some hats, we've got actually we've got bikini, we've got 2 GameCube controllers, got a whole bunch of clothes in here. There's actually quite a few multi orders, which I didn't realize. A little bobblehead Xbox. We've got Apple Mac, 2 guitar heroes that's going to 1 person, and that's kind of it. Nothing too crazy. There was a couple of international in there. ASP this week was, weekend was around $46. So not too bad. I'll start to pack all this up. If I see anything that looks pretty cool or exciting, I'll show you, but otherwise I'm just gonna get it done. Postage done. All right, so almost got all the clothes flat that out. This is what it kind of looks like if you haven't seen this before. Photographer just taking a break. But one thing that I've been trying to solve for, and I mentioned this at the start of the day, was to be able to increase our ability to sell more, list more, photo more. So my current goal, and I've been spending the last 30 minutes doing some research and stuff of how do we, there's a couple of things that I want to do in here. I need to increase storage in here. I want to find a way to be able to store things up here. I also want to find a way to be able to maximize some more storage here. So we don't just have this like this, but I can also put the IKEA bags into shelving somehow. This is going to be a bit of a puzzle to solve for. There will be some opportunity to consolidate all this as well. And then of course there's all this which really just needs to sell. That's a different conversation. And then what I am going to try and find is a way that I can be able to do photos of particular types of clothing, such as jeans or pants or tees, while my photographer's doing stuff as well, because at the moment we've got the capacity to be able to do that really quickly, because otherwise we're just going to be going slow as, not going slow, we're just going to retain the speed that we're going. So I need to find a way to be able to do photos as well without spending too much. So that's my next problem to solve for. And it might be rejigging, reshuffling things, but I'm not solving it today, just working towards it today. I'm going to have some lunch. I've got some roast pork, avocado, with some goat cheese and chili. I'll take a break, I'm going to catch up with the photographer and we'll go from there. Alright folks, had lunch, just been doing a bit of planning and a little bit of thinking. I'm actually going to jump into my call with Ethan now and get that all sorted. And who knows, once that's done maybe I'll get back to it, or it might go longer than expected, so keep you updated. Alright folks, meeting is done. I've actually been doing a little bit of work in here. Stock taking with all the multi-quantity stuff, just working, making sure things are listed and things like that. Tomorrow, Karla will be here with us. The plan tomorrow is we're going to do a consolidation of all this, and I'm going to continue on with this, and it's basically just seeing where we can make as much room as possible, because I'm really set on trying to get up another photo station. And yeah, and then we've also got to do the shorts, and there's plenty of stuff, but got to make the most of Karla while I've got her for the last of the week, so we'll get through all this tomorrow as well, hopefully. So not too bad. I'm out of here folks, I'll see you tomorrow folks. And just like that, it was Tuesday. We have Karla with us today. Woohoo! And it's a beautiful morning. It's actually calm and sunny. It's been a while. It hasn't been like this for a long time. So today, Tuesday, full day. Obviously we have Karla today, so Karla's going to be helping out with a bunch of different things. We've got a lot of different options to work through. I was continuing on from yesterday's stock take of those quantity items. We've still got all the shorts to sort, prep for the next washing, need to do consolidation of the non-clothing items, still trying to figure out how to fit in another photo board or what that could look like so that I can do that at the same time as my photographer. Yeah, and there's a few other little bits and bobs in there as well. Of course, got to do a pick, pack and post. It's been dead quiet. Like, we've gone from doing 17 sales a day to 5. It's really weird. Probably just a timing thing, so a bit frustrating with that, but we charge on regardless. So yeah, we're gonna go get Karla a spinach and ricotta roll, and then we'll get into it. It's 10 to 9, and we'll aim to be there the whole day and get it done. This will be Karla's second last day in the shop for a while. Yeah, you'll be back on Friday and then off to back to work. So just making the most of while I've got Karla. Alright team, we'll bring you along for the journey and yeah, settle in. Alright folks, we're here, just getting set up. Quickly take you through how's things. As I said, it's been super quiet, which is very frustrating, but we charge on. Had a couple of sales come through this morning actually, so we've got 10 sales to go out and we're sitting back on 72,839. So we've dropped back down again. Really has slowed down, but it's probably just a timing thing. We've got some interesting stuff to pull out, which I'll get out in a second, but looks like we've got a laptop, we've got some clothes, we've, of course, a couple of shirts. We've actually got a PlayStation 3, we've got a dictaphone, sorry, dictaphone, not a dictaphone. And yeah, actually there is a bundle of clothes someone's purchased, 6 pairs of shirts. We've got a bundle of video games, a few multi-quantity orders actually, so we'll get that all out and get cracking on that. Alright, so we've got this bundle of clothes. This is all like Carhartt and Dickies. One person's come through and purchased a whole bunch, and there was a Wrangler top in there as well. Nice little Ralph Lauren, that's gone for $51.20. Listed that yesterday morning. There is someone purchased 3 pairs of pants of the same type. Got this bundle of video games. I think this one for 61 or 67. We've got a little, that's the little dictaphone, and then a Mac, and also PlayStation 3. So all parts not working, those two. Yeah, so look, things are getting a little, look, I'm not gonna lie, like I should be used to this kind of stuff, but it always makes me nervous. Look at this. This is the big drop. You probably can't see it too well, but for the last 4 weeks we've actually been trending less sales. However, we've been hitting our average. This week is just boop, dead. But we charge on. And actually, I was comparing to what was it this time last year as well. And if we go to volume of sales, you can see on the green line is this year, the yellow, red, and blue is the last couple of years. So right here, there's always a dip. It looks like there's a dip all the way till the end of September every year, and you can see it in the average dotted line, and that's for volume of sales. And then if we look at the actual revenue, there's also a huge dip every year around this time. So this is normal, apparently. Apparently. So we'll charge on. It's because it's between seasons as well with the clothing. It does make it hard to know what to dress. So anyway, I'm going to get packing on this in a minute. Karla and I are just going to have a quick little chit chat of what the plans for today are and get into full force. Yeah. All right, postage is done. I'll pack that up a little bit later because I'll probably have a few more sales come through, and if I do, actually I'm still waiting for about 3 or 4 people to pay, so if they do, I'll probably process them as well. I'm going to start doing some photos. Karla's in here doing the she's doing the shorts, doing all good. So I'm going to get cracking on doing some clothing. What I'm going to do, I am probably going to do, what am I going to do? What have we got here? We've got some, oh, there's some Harley Davidson in there. I might actually do this. Otherwise I might do those, get them out of the way. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. We'll see. I'll get cracking. I could do this too. Lots of opportunity. I'm going to get cracking on this. We actually started a new process. I didn't tell people, but we've been testing it over the last week and a bit. We used to take all the hand notes, right? And the hand notes then used to get generated and get sent to my lister in the Philippines, John. But now what we do is we just put them straight into the laptop. So we just do the photos, put the notes, and then it's direct to go, and the photos get uploaded as well. So makes it a lot better actually process. I'm going to get set up and then we'll get cracking. So I decided to do a bit of Harley Davidson. So we're doing these are all jackets, zips, jumpers, which is pretty cool. And so I'll get these done. This is the new setup that we're using just here. Yeah, just giving you a little update. That's how we do it. I'm just doing the work. And I've also used this little guy as well. Woo, just to point out things. It's actually really good. Makes it life a lot easier if you need to. Boop, 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 boop. You get the point. All right, folks, just taking a break. Been on a phone call, which was all good, and now we're gonna have some lunch. What have we got today, babe?
It's I think it's a chicken sandwich. Portuguese chicken sandwich.
With some goat cheese and some chili and some avocado.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some salad.
Let's do it. And Karla's done all this. Look at this. Woohoo! What a champion. I'm gonna miss you, babe.
I won't. Just joking.
All right, let's have some lunch. All right, lunch is done. Karla's starting on some consolidation and problem solving in here. And I'm gonna get back to doing photos. So it's a pretty chill day today, guys. Just doing the work. That's what you gotta do. Just do the work. Okay, I've finished doing 40. So all of that and those ones there, which is an empty spot here. That was all Harley Davidson and a little bit of True Religion, which was pretty cool. So Karla's going to help flat lay something in here now. She also managed to do some magic and do some great consolidation in here. So that's all empty space now. We've got a few empty spots in here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I've got one more thing to pack that I'm just going to send out with the postage today. Karla's going to help put some flat lay stuff out here, and then I'm just going to make some space and set up for tomorrow to ensure that my photographer can come in and just go straight into it. So that's the plan. We're going to get cracking on that, and then we'll get out of here. Might even get out of it a bit earlier. So boom, boom, boom. Job well done, babe. Job well done. Alright team, we're out of here, packing up and getting out. This is all set, ready for photographer tomorrow, and I'll be back here after backpacking with kids. And yeah, tomorrow is the second last raffle night for backpacking with kids, and then next week will be the final one before we get into is it next week? Hang on, do we have two? Actually, I think tomorrow's the third last one, maybe not the second last one. Anyway, you'll see that in the next day. Tomorrow I'll be talking about it, so I'll see you in a jiffy. Ciao.
Ciao.
Folks, and just like that, it was Wednesday. Just finished up at Backpack with Kids. Just been doing a couple of the builds for the bags that go out. And if you are new here, or you haven't seen it before, or you haven't heard me say it, or if you have heard me say it, I'm going to keep saying it, is we're raising $20,000 for Backpack with Kids, supporting kids in need. And we're currently, at the time of me filming this, we're about 5,800. We have a long way to go. We've got about 3-4 weeks left. There's still some pretty crazy prizes to come. We've got the main event where you can win a $1,500 bag. There's going to be a gaming console in there. There's even some sneakers, and I think there's some a booster box of Pokemon. A whole bunch of different things. We have raffles every Wednesday and lead up to the 29th of September. So get involved. Some details down below, or you can just jump onto my channel. You'll see all that there as well. So yeah, that's still happening. So please get involved if you can help out in any way. I'll be super grateful for that. So today, Wednesday. So over the last couple of days, I've been talking about how we're going to process more clothing, because now that I've got the backlog of so much, it's now about just getting it done as quickly as possible. And it's not about doing it as quickly as possible in the sense of like, we've got to rush. It's more around now we've got the opportunity to do that. So how do we make that happen? Now, I've been umming and ahhing about, there's days where, I'm at the shop at the same time as my photographer. So, is there a way for me to be able to do that kind of photoing of clothing at the same time as them? We've been chatting. I think we've come up with a plan. So, this happened earlier in the year as well, but not as to the point where we had so much stock. I think it's just a matter of scheduling. So we're going to schedule things a little bit that the days where I'm going to be there when they're there, my photographer, so we're not, stepping on each other's toes on the photo board, is I'm going to spend my time doing other things that will bring in opportunity, or doing admin, or actually doing additional listings, sending things live while I'm there. Because most of those days that I'm there with them, I'm only operating half a day because I'm doing postage for the first half and doing admin. So the days that they're not there, or if they had to take a day off, then that will be the day that I double down on the clothing. And that way we should be able to increase the amount of output of clothing by adding an additional 1.5, actually no, sorry, it'll be 2 days worth of extra listings. And what I mean by that, so basically gain an extra 80 to 100 listings per week by us breaking up this schedule. So we're going to start to do that, test that a little bit, because I've got the opportunity to do it, because I don't have any more stock coming in anytime soon that I'm aware of, unless someone sends me a deal or tells me about a deal. So that's really the focus. Today for me, what I'm doing is a picking and packing and post. and then I will probably do some admin. I've actually got an opportunity to do some, I wouldn't say it's wholesale because I don't do wholesale to everyone, but opportunity to move some stock, just to make some space and get a little bit of cash flow back. So I'm going to work on that today as well, creating up some opportunity, and yeah, go from there. That's really the focus. That's really the focus. So yeah, I'll see you in the shop. I'll have some lunch and then I'll get straight into packing. It's still been pretty quiet this week, like frustratingly quiet, but we charge on. We charge on. Okie dokie, I've had some lunch. Just doing a pick, pack and post now. We're on 72,989. We've got 13 orders to go out. A lot of it is actually these big bundle of jeans. There's 5 pairs of RM Williams here. There's like, I think $189 here. It could be a bit more or less. I know who has purchased this. I'm assuming they know who I am. If you don't know who I am, well then surprise, this is all coming up to you, and I appreciate you for the big purchase, mate. I have no idea if they know that I'm the seller. Anyway, we've got a Spiro hat, we've got a Broncos hat, we've got a lot of Ralph Lauren. We've probably, in the amount of shirts we got in the last couple of weeks, probably, I don't know, 30% of those have been Ralph Lauren, so we've been getting those listed and they're moving like hotcakes. Yeah, let's get it packed up. Alright folks, postage is all done. Now I'm going to do some admin and just going through some of the stuff that potentially will be moving out at some really cheap prices and making some space for, well, all the stock that we have. Alright team, finished doing some what do you call it, stock taking, quantity checking, of seeing what I'll be looking at. I do have a box of all these tees. There's 67 in here. These are all anything from Calvin Klein to some Ralph Lauren. There's Adidas, there's Nike, there's you know, all your US teams. There's Champion, there's Tommy. These are all ranging in size from small to probably large. Probably 80 to 90% A grade. That's just going off the top of my head. There's 67 of them, I think I said. If anyone's interested in these, they would be $3 each, and if you want them posted, I can post them to you at your prices, at postage price as well. So let me know. Other than that, I'm packing up and getting out of here. I've got to run a quick errand before I go home, and then tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow we're actually coming here, getting the washing, doing a pick, pack and post, and then yeah, then I'm gonna go see John, the reseller. Got to do catch up with him, and got a consignment pickup. Busy day. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, folks. And just like that, it was Thursday. It's a new day, and it has been so quiet this week in terms of sales, and it just, not even just volume, but just like ASP as well. It's, people are either really feeling it or something's going on. But we charge on. That is definitely in the back of my mind. I'm not going to lie, and I know I spoke about it at the start of the week, and I used that little data point to be able to look back over the last couple of years of seeing how things are. And this is meant to be normal per the last 4 years data, but it still never ever gets easier when you have those low weeks, low days, even low months, and it does drive you a little bit insane. I'm not going to lie. But we press on today. I'm actually left early at 7:30, just heading in now. I'm just going to get ahead, do some picking, some packing, and some posting, and got a washing collection coming through. I'm not actually giving any more washing just because we're pretty much chockers, so it really doesn't matter that I delay a little bit, plus it helps a little bit with cash flow. And look, I mean, all these clothes do need to be washed because, you know, they've come from bales or whatever. But, you know, until we get ready to list them, I'm just going to pull back a little bit. We've got quite a lot there now. There's probably about 300 to 400 items washed that's sitting there to be photoed. So, you know, that's some of the conversation I've been having this week with you all. So that's that, and then I'm heading over to do a consignment pickup. I'll then be heading over to John the Reseller to catch up with him. We used to catch up on a monthly basis, but we haven't caught up for a long time, so catching up with him, and then I've got a physio appointment this afternoon. So pretty busy day, not really much in the business, not really much to anything with the business, to be honest. It might be a nice day to kind of just cool off and refresh and reset a little bit. My headspace is, not gonna lie, it's a bit, not just with the sales and stuff, it's just, I've spoken about this a few times, where when I get momentum and I'm working and moving forward and you feel and see the progression, like, I just thrive. When I'm not seeing it and it comes down to the slow grind and things come to a bit of a halt and a pause, that gets into my head. Like, there's imposter syndrome, there's self-doubt, there's all these different things. When all the indicators suggest that there's nothing to be concerned about, I like to stay on top of it. I like to challenge it, I like to probe it, I like to push it and think, what is going on? And a lot of it is just getting over myself, right? And I mean, I've got nothing to prove, but nothing that I can do this, and I am doing it. So therefore, there's nothing else I need to prove. But it still doesn't make it easier. You know, if you're doing this yourself, you can probably relate. I think maybe part-time is maybe not a big issue for you because you do have your income. But as a full-timer, you know, like, and I'm obviously paying staff as well, I have to keep that in mind that, you know, we got to continue to keep things at a certain level to keep things, one, profitable for me, but secondly, you know, that there is enough revenue and cash flow coming in to pay all the expenses and bills. So it can be a little bit overwhelming. Anyway, we'll get in, I'll do the pick, pack and post. Don't think there's many orders, and then we'll get cracking into some, probably a little bit of admin. I am preparing some wholesale stuff as well. If people are curious about wholesale, there is some things available, but I'm very picky and choosy of how I do that because, you know, I don't want people buying things off me and then, you know, they don't get what they expect out of it, because obviously that's my reputation on the line. So anyway, I'm gonna have some coffee and we'll charge on. All right, folks, I'm here now. I'm just getting out a few orders. So we've only got, Jeepers, we only got, what do we got? We've got 8 orders going out. We're on 72,100. So we dropped about 2,000 in terms of volume, which happened last time as well. Really, we've just got this little controller going out. That went for like 59, I think it was. 51 maybe. And then there's just bread and butter. There's some pants, some shirts, and some fleece. That's it. I'm going to get all this packed up. That way I'll be all done and dusted before the washing arrives, and then I'll probably just do a little bit of admin and get that all sorted, and then literally as soon as the washing is back up here, I'm going, just because I've got lots to do. So yeah, so just finishing up the postage now. Just had one more sale come through, and this one is going out to all the people that tell me you know, I'm not making enough profit, that, you know, margins aren't good enough. This one has just sold for $198.20, and I paid $8.30 for it. Probably sat around for maybe 90 days, but for 200 bucks, I'll take it. Not too bad. So shipping this one out now, nice little win. Just want to restate the reason why I do the way I do my business is, one, it's for me, it's for my lifestyle. But secondly, it's a model that works, and it is working. I wish I could pick up, you know, 100 of these a day for $8.30, but I haven't been able to achieve that yet. But at the moment, I do pick up, you know, thousands of items for about $10 to $12, and we're still making it work. So it's not a big issue. Anyway, nice little win here. Just wanted to play that one back to those that always like to bring out that, you know, not really making much profit. But the reality is, when you're paying staff, when you're building a business that requires warehousing or storage, and when you're trying to do things which is going to enable your business to scale over a long period of time, that's the cost of doing business. All right, washing's all here. I'm gonna get it under there, and then we're getting out of here. Woo! This is all, except for this pile, which is a few mixed bits and bobs, all Levi's. Love it. All right, time for consignment pickup. Let's get cracking to see what we can pick up, and hopefully there'll be some good amount of deals, but it's not always the case. We'll find out when we get there. Let's go. All right, folks, bit of a change of plans. So I just did my pickup, got all the goods. There's actually quite a fair bit there. It looks like there's some video game stuff there. I'm no longer going to see John today. Unfortunately, the fella, he called me and he's as sick as a dog. So we decided to postpone for a bit, which is fair game. He can take some rest, and what I'm going to do now is I'm probably just going to head back to the storage unit and do some work. Yeah, that's actually exactly what I'm going to do. So, bit of a change of plans, bit of a crazy little situation when it turns out, you know, you try and do everything early, you get ahead, but hey, it's still a win-win for the day. And yeah, we'll get cracking on. So, I'm going to head on back, and whether I sort this or I might just get straight into doing some clothing, we'll see. Yeah. Okay, folks, so I'm going to go grab some lunch, and then we're going to head back to the unit. So while I have lunch, I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of admin work. So I've been talking about a bit of a wholesale deal that I'm doing. I've got to pull out all the items that I'm going to be liquidating. The only reason I'm liquidating these items is I want to make space for all the extra stuff that we've got coming through. There's nothing wrong with these items. It's mainly just an opportunity. Someone was looking. I figured why not help them out and yeah, make it possible. So I mean, I don't do this for everyone, and I don't do this on a regular basis. So what I need to do is I actually need to just pull out all the SKUs so that I've got a run list to be able to pull them out as quickly and efficiently as possible. So I'm going to do that while I have some lunch, and then I get back to the shop. I'm going to unpack all of this stuff that we just got. Once I've unpacked all that, see if there's any quick wins in there, but I'll probably just start to pull out all this stuff so I can start to prepare the wholesale deal. There's probably about 100, 200 items, maybe even more, probably actually more. So yeah, I'm gonna grab some lunch and yeah, go from there. All right, we are back, and there's lots of goodies in here. There's some video games, we've got The Wire, that's brand new sealed. We've got remotes, more PlayStation, there is some fake stuff in here. And we've also got laptops galore again. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly, I'm not going to go into detail of this because I'll have a bit of Karla's help tomorrow. We're going to take all of this, we're going to put it here, and we're going to put it here. Ready? Whoop, whoop. So these are all laptops. These have to be then sorted again into if they will be sold as parts only, not working, or the rest will go into weight for scrap. We've got all the Macs. They usually do from 40 to 80 a pop. Again, I have to take all the data off. I have to follow certain processes. That's the easy part now. And then some of these I'll sort through and then sell as similar to that situation. Wipe them, parts only, not working. Someone else buys them from me, and then they, you know, make a bit of dollars too. But average ASP for these is usually between $40 and $80 if they're working, and then someone else will do them up and sell them probably $200 to $500, and then the other bits just go per kilo. A couple of iPads in there as well. Over here we've got all the fakes, they're no good. In here we've got some pretty cool PlayStation games. We've got some Digimon, we've got some demo discs, some interesting games in here. That actually might be fake, looks like it. Crash Bandicoot, we've got heaps of goodies in here. Worms, World Party, who remembers this? We've got Beyblade, we've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, so there's some pretty fun stuff in there. There was a Xbox, so Karla will probably test that tomorrow. A whole bunch of cameras in here, nothing too crazy, that's just there. And then there was the sealed wire in there as well, and a couple of Xbox games. So all of this in here will be sorted tomorrow. This is all phones, so we'll do that tomorrow. That's it. I'm going to put these into some sorting areas. This will be tomorrow's job most likely. I'm going to start to pull out all the stuff for the wholesale, start to work on that, and then at any time left I'll work on this. Woo! All right, that's all sorted. That's done. That's done. This is all stuff that's going to be donated. That's not from this lot. That's just me cleaning out stuff. All the laptops are in here. They'll be processed this week, hopefully. And all the rest is put ready to go in here because we'll start on this tomorrow probably. And I've only got Karla for one more day, which is tomorrow. So, and then she's back to work. She's just been between jobs. So she doesn't work in the business. She doesn't work for me. She has her own job, and she's just been between work. So, all right, now I'm going to start to pull out all the stuff. Let's do it. All right, we've got two big, I guess you can call them bales of jeans. There's about, well, I think there's 80 there, so there's probably close to, I don't know, 60 kilos of jeans. And now I'm doing a whole bunch of denim shirts, and after that then I've got to do a whole bunch of more jeans actually. So I'm not going to get this done today because I'm going to be meeting Karla at about 3 o'clock, which is in 45 minutes. So I'm probably not going to start on that, but I will do a quick little check of these button shirts, and then I think that's a wrap. Whew. Yeah, I'm done. Outfit change as well, by the way. Off to the physio. We'll be back here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Friday. We've actually just went and had a cheeky, sneaky little brekkie. And I guess it's just one last time before Karla goes back to her job.
Yep.
Yeah, so just enjoying ourselves.
Last day.
That's it. That's it. Last day in the office. But no, I mean, I've been real grateful to have Karla helping for the last probably couple of months now, but more so in the last month, probably 6 weeks. You've really been the busiest. Yeah, so really grateful for that. Today, Friday, got a lot happening actually. Got to do a pick, pack and post. I do have a deal rocking up at around, it just sounds funny. I have someone that I'm doing a deal with, and they're coming by around 10 o'clock. So we'll do that. I've got to finish up the wholesale order. I have to, we have to sort all the electronics. I'll probably do some photos of clothing potentially, and also got to set up a new little station for the printing and postage area. So a few little bits and bobs to do. Should be a pretty casual day though, nothing too extreme. I think there's about 15 orders maybe as well, so it's still been pretty quiet. It did pick up a little bit yesterday. A lot of people got paid, so a lot of those awaiting payments have come through. But we'll see how the day treks on. Yeah, so we'll see you in the shop in a jiffy. All right, team, we're here now. Just getting set up. Karla's going to be sorting the phones first, and that's all those. She does an excellent job of this. I'm going to start to pull things out, pick, pack, and post. I'll just quickly show you where we're at. Things have dropped down, as I was saying earlier. We're on 72,145, and we've got 14 sales to go out. So I'll get all that out, take you through, show you what's what. A bit later, got a new Mac for here. This one's going to be going into the other unit for the notes, and this one's going to get mounted here, and I've got a screen to go in here, but probably won't get that all perfectly set up today, but at least tried, and got to reset the Mac and all that jazz. All right, let's get this stuff out. All right, just had another 2 sales come through. We've got a fair bit of Western stuff going out. Actually, some of these are going up to $45, $50. There's a Ralph Lauren going in there for 60. There's some Patagonia. There's a North Face. Just some casual stuff, some Adidas stuff. Ralph Lauren hoodie. There's some G-Star. Then we've got some phones bundle. That's just a parts only mix, and then a little Matchbox car that's going out for like 28 bucks. So I'll take it. Let's get packing. All right, team, deal is done. Got a whole bunch of shoes, which I'm super grateful for. Individual, if you watch this, you know who you are. Thank you, sir. Pleasure doing business. Karla's finished all the phones now. We even got a little DS in there with Animal Crossing and whatnot, which is pretty cool. Job well done, babe. Karla's going to move on to the shoes. I'm going to finish the postage and then get cracking on to the rest of the wholesale deal. Yeah.
Get cracking. Cracking on.
What time is it, babe?
1 p.m.
No, lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, and when do we want it? Now. Looks like you're still waking up, babe.
Yeah, I'm still waking.
All right, so we're gonna have some lunch, just take a break and regroup. I've just been getting this deal already. That's enough on that. And then after lunch, I'm gonna do some clothing. I'm gonna get Karla potentially on. She's either actually going to do hats, or she might even start testing some of these video games, making sure they're all good. Some pretty cool bangers in here. And then, yeah, all the phones are done. Can't really start on those. And then we got another deal drop off and collection this afternoon at 4:30. So busy day, lots of incoming and outgoings, which is it's what we want. So. Yeah. All right. Let's do it, babe. What do we got today?
I don't know.
Oh, the big reveal.
Chicken? Because that needs to be eaten yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, we got Portuguese chicken, some avocado, some spinach, goat cheese, and chili.
Where did this came from?
I forgot they were in there. All right, team, we're going to have some food and take a break. Karla's going to have chocolate by the looks of it.
Where did you get this from?
It will save 8 cents on fuel.
Yeah.
They put my arm behind my back and twisted it and said, if you don't buy it, you don't get your fuel. It was a tough situation. It was chaos. Alright, team. We'll see you soon. Alright, team. Got the new little setup getting installed here. This Mac we got doesn't actually work. Like the screen doesn't work, so we're just going to be mounting on here, and it just means I'm going to be able to do things. Eventually this will be a floating screen, and I'll have a wireless keyboard, and it's just going to make things a little bit better. But just doing that while we're doing this in parallel. Karla's doing some video game stuff, and I'm going to start on some clothes. So we're going to go do some work, and we'll chat later. Alright folks, Karla finished all the hats. I did I think it was 20 items, and then we did a couple of other little bits and bobs. We're going to start to pack up now. I've got to put all that back tomorrow. That's getting picked up tomorrow on Saturday. I'll start all this on Monday. Karla, wow, babe, you want to leave any sending words, parting words?
Well, I will miss you all. No, it's going to be a while, but
you'll pop up here and there.
I'll pop here and there.
Yep. We'll have Karla dedicated segments. Alright team, that's a wrap. We're gonna we might go just chill quickly before my next appointment, which is in an hour, and then yeah, that's a wrap. Another deal hopefully, and then tomorrow I'm going thrifting with I'll catch up with Cammy Boy, and we're gonna go to Savers and hang out. So maybe we'll get something there as well. Alright team, we'll see you when I'm looking at you. Ciao.
See you, folks. See you, folks.
No.
What? Bye.
So there you go. It's interesting week, right? And me personally, right off the cuff, you know, it's been a busy week. It's been an interesting week, knowing that one thing that I always it makes me nervous every time, and I think I've said this a few times, is when I start a new week, start a new month, start from zero. That scares me, because you know, I've got to now go do what I've been able to achieve the prior week, or the prior weeks, or the prior month, or the prior months. And can I do better than that? Now, for me, building this business, it's obviously for the long haul. It's for the journey that goes between 5 and 10 and beyond years. But, you know, when you're doing this on your own, when you're doing this in the moment, sometimes there's those challenges. Now, the first lesson that I have is you do you. But don't let you stop you. Now, I did drop a video the other day where I did have a bit of a rant, a bit of a vent, and a bit of a share of just things that were probably on my mind. And at the end of the day, when you're building your business, when you're creating something that you want to see, whether it is a full-time gig or a part-time thing on the side to just bring in some extra cash, it's not going to be for everyone else. The way you do it, the way you build it, the way you apply yourself, right? And how you apply yourself, the only person you need to be accountable to and responsible for is yourself. And of course, if you do have staff as well. So now, if I was building this business for someone else, well, I would be doing a job, right? And when I've worked the 9 to 5 in the past, I was building out someone else's dream. Though it's very rewarding and it obviously has its perks, it's it's not going to get me to where I want to be from a, dream and ambition standpoint. So for me to be able to achieve those dreams, or for any of us to be able to achieve those dreams, we need to get out of our own way. We need to, figure out whatever the problem is that we're dealing with, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's just challenges of, being able to apply ourselves or, get access to something. We need to figure out how to do that and get out of our way of ourselves and make it happen, right? That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is, again, following on from some of the other conversations that I had earlier in the week, is, if people don't like what you do, that's an issue with them, and it's not an issue for me, right? And I know that it's not a caveat for everything, but I'm talking about, as I go about building my business, if you don't like my business, again, that's your problem. It's not mine. And if you don't think it's worth your time, if you were doing this, what I was doing, again, that's a you problem, not a me problem. I mean, I'm happy, I'm doing this, I'm building this, I'm doing it regardless. The thing that is super important is I create this content, I create this journey, I document this journey because I want to be able to help and hopefully provide some level of value to anyone that does come across it. Because at the end of the day, I never had this content when I started to this detail. And I am so grateful for the people that were putting out content and documenting their journeys in some level of perspective or, providing some level of information, because that has enabled me to get inspiration, to get understanding, to get value, and then go apply it myself in my own perspective and in my own way. So that has been a game changer for me. So I hope to do the same for other people that might stumble across, this content. And the final point that I wanted to really take away from this week is the zoom out. Now, again, a bit of a challenging week, low week, one of our lowest weeks we've seen this, this calendar year for 2024. But if I actually zoom out, how does it actually compare to the entire journey? Well, looking at these graphs, it really isn't really that bad. It's not like it's my worst week ever. It's not like it's my worst week ever this year. It's definitely one of the lower weeks this year. And I spoke about this earlier in the week, where zooming out helps me, take it in and understand it. And this never gets easier, unfortunately, because as you're trying to grow and as you have, really great weeks, or you have really great volume, or you're progressing in the direction that is starting to tick some of the boxes that you want to see, of course, when you see that pullback and when you see that change, it's confusing, and it's like, well, hang on, what's going on? And especially when you're the one putting in the work, right? And this goes into anything in life. When you're putting in work and you're not seeing the results in the direction you would expect to receive from doing that input, and the output is different, you challenge it. You think, what's going on? But at the same time, sometimes progress happens over time and not just in the moment. However, in order to make progress, you need to spend doing the work and doing the effort in the moment to enable that progress to flourish, to grow, to blossom, and to start to occur over a longer period of time. It's the consistency that's important, and then the results will start to show clearly, because that's what the data tells me. So look, that's been a challenging moment for me. And again, I'm speaking from my heart. I'm speaking how I feel. If you've been struggling this week and you've seen a big drop, let me know. Has this been something that's been common for you? Or has it been your best week? Maybe. And I always hear that, when it's low for someone else, it's high for someone else. When it's high for me, it's low for someone else. And you know why? Because no two businesses are exactly the same, and out there's different factors to consider. So that's just the name of the game. If you stuck around this long, I want to quickly jump into some of the financials for the week. We've just been talking about the progress of how this week can compared to the rest of the years and the months that I've been doing. Well, this week, at the time of me filming this, it's in the morning on Sunday morning. So this video comes out basically a day after this. So I'll update this with the latest numbers that I can see before I actually send this live. Sales this week, we're sitting around 94 sold we've done 3,924, which, I mean, it ain't that bad. My target for my average is 4,800. So as you can see, we're down quite a bit. And ASP hasn't been super low, but we're sitting around $41.75. So hopefully we'll start to see a bit of an uptick next week. I've got some new consignment deals that have come through, some more video games, some more electronics and things like that. So that should start to see us bump things up in the right direction. Hopefully. In terms of the month, look, we're halfway through the month. We're tracking pretty good, actually, from a net profit perspective. However, we still have staff to pay. I still have some invoices to pay. So this net profit at the moment, though it's great, 34.9%, super great. But it'll be interesting to see where that that lands over the next coming weeks, as still have expenses to pay. So it's kind of really redundant in that sense. It is very encouraging to see the higher profit number in terms of, we actually are making some pretty good progress this month, even though we haven't had a huge month compared to last month. But we'll wait and see where that actually lands. Appreciate you being here. If you do have any questions, comments, thoughts, if you want to continue the conversation, more than happy to do so. Chuck a comment down below. And otherwise, I hope things are going well for you. I hope things are, move in the right direction for all of us. We're about to hit quarter 4 for 2024, which hopefully we start to see that ramp up that we usually do every year as well. So appreciate you being here. You have a wonderful day. Cheers.